Praise to Allah. Sean Bell was an unarmed black man who was killed by the police in New York in 2006. Shot over 50 times. Now, this situation happened in 2006. At this time, I was in the 6th grade, and I remember seeing this all over the news a whole lot. I remember my mom talking about it a lot. Pretty much any black person you come across would be talking about this. And, at the time I was just a kid, so all I really thought was, a sad situation happened and people are real sad and somebody died. That was way back in 2006. Like I said, I was in like the 6th grade. But now I fast forward to 2026, 20 years later, and I look into the story online and look at the details, and a lot of it just doesn't make any sense. The whole situation around him getting killed, or the events that led up to him getting killed, just don't make any sense. He was at a club, and there were some undercover cops in there investigating something that had nothing to do with Sean. But for whatever reason, this cop decided to mess with Sean and his friends instead of worrying about the operation that he was supposed to be worried about. So for one, that doesn't make any sense to me. If you're there for a whole operation, why are you worried about something that has nothing to do with the operation? For one, they're talking about there was a fight that broke out, and one of Sean's friends said that they were going to get a gun or had a gun, and that's what made the undercover cop get involved with them and pursue them aggressively, which again doesn't make any sense because this is a nightclub, people are drunk, people say a whole lot of shit. So for that reason alone, it doesn't make sense for you to go out there and follow them to the car and then just start shooting at them. And also they say that no gun was found in Sean's possession or his friend's possession. So yeah, that's another thing that doesn't make sense. And again, this is more so about the crooked police doing what they do. And this is why I'm so big on defunding the police, because situations like this keep happening. This situation happened in 2006, but we've still seen many situations like this. And in Sean's case, I feel like he was targeted, and he probably didn't know that he was being targeted. And like in my situation, I know I'm being targeted by the police, so I'm just very aware of a lot of things. But in Sean's case, maybe he wasn't aware that he was being targeted, because some people may not know. You may not be really paying attention like that, thinking that the police may be after you or just targeting you for whatever reasons. You don't have to be doing anything illegal. Just being black is enough for the police to want to kill you. So I feel like in Sean's case, he was targeted by the police for whatever reasons, but I know that they weren't criminal reasons. They were just, crooked reasons. And I feel like the fact that the police got charged and acquitted for his murder, and then they turned around and paid his family some money, which in my opinion wasn't enough money, but the fact that you're paying the family money admits that there was something wrong, something that went wrong. But for the cops to get off on the murder charges and not give Sean Bell's family justice, I feel like that's just terrible. And looking on it all these years later, it's like, how can this just go left unsolved like this? How can this just be, yeah, the cops shot this man unarmed for no reason, shot an innocent man and his friends, and they just act like it never happened. They just act like Sean was in the wrong. Like, Sean did not deserve to get shot 50 times. He didn't deserve to get shot at all. But the fact that they're just acting like, yeah, we know the cop shot him, and hey, that's that. We're not gonna make them do any jail time for it. We're just gonna say that we felt the cop was justified, and that's just totally wrong. And I feel like Sean Bell's family deserves justice. Uh, like I said, who's gonna police the police? Because the police are out of control. They've been out of control since the beginning, and something has to be done because the police are out of control. And R.I.P. to Sean Bell. Prayers to his family. Um, Terrible situation, and like I said, he's not the last black person to go through this, and he's not the first. But this story just really sticks out to me because I was alive to see this. I wasn't alive for the Emmett Till situation. I wasn't alive for the Rodney King situation. But for Sean Bell's murder, I was alive for that, and that's why it sticks out to me so much. I hope everybody stay blessed, and I hope that Sean Bell gets justice. His family gets justice, however that may be.